Hey YouTube, I'm back with another tutorial, and this time I'm going to show everybody or whoever's watching this video how to write a respawn script in Unity3d. This is very helpful. The way I do it is a lot simpler than a lot of other ways people show you. It's kind of difficult. I mean, the way they do it's more proper, but it's kind of difficult for beginners. I'm a beginner myself, so I can't talk shit. Alright, so let's get started. I have a little tray icon down here that it's like the Apple thing, majigger, the Apple dock. It's kind of like that. It's called Object Dock. It's really easy to get. It's free. You should get it. Look up on Google. It's easy and simple to use, and hides your taskbar too, and everything just goes here. But anyways, start up Unity. Hopefully you know how to do that, because if you don't, I don't know. Alright, so it starts up. Usually if it's your first time opening Unity, it'll ask you what do you want to import and stuff. If not, if you have worked on a project already, then it's simple. You just click new project, and for what we need right now, just to so you can practice, I would recommend importing less items, which would be just you would just need physics, scripts, character controller, and terrain assets. And then that's it. And then just press create and it'll import. And that's what I did. As you can see, I have everything that I said: character controller, physics, scripts, and terrain assets. Okay, so let's get started. First, go to game object, create other, cube. Alright, so let's set the position of the cube to 0, 0, 0, and then just find the cube and rename the cube to floor. Alright, and then we're gonna scale it to 10, 10, and 0.3. Actually, I'm gonna do mine thin, but you can do it thick if you want. But I'm gonna do mine thin. I have a reason. Yeah, I have a reason for that. Usually I just do 0 and still do the same thing, but 0.1. Alright, that's pretty thin. And then just find that real quick. It's a little thin. Go to character controllers. This is just a simple example I'm showing you with all the Unity basics. You can import your own characters and stuff in Unity, but we're gonna set his position to 0, 1.1, and 0. You're gonna ask me why 1.1 and not 1 or 0. Well, if you put him at 0, he goes through the floor, and that means when the game starts, he's just gonna fall. See, he falls. We don't want that, at least not yet, until we start doing the respawn script. So, and 1, it will do the same, because as you notice, if you don't notice, when you zoom in and you press these, the axis controllers, he's still through the floor. So yeah, you don't want him like that. So you do 1.1 and he's just above the floor, which means when he starts, bang, he's on the floor, as you can see. Alright, so it's kind of dark in here. Let's add another game object. Create other, game object, create other, and we're gonna add a point light. Yeah, point light, and we're gonna set that position from 0, 5, 0. Alright, 050. And the intensity to 2.5. Yeah, the intensity right here to 2.5. Take that and drag it into the floor so it becomes 1. Alright, then go to terrain assets. We're gonna make this look a little nicer, and we're gonna add the grass terrain to the floor. Alright, so now the floor, you see it's green. And for our character, we're gonna add good dirt. You go into, wait, hold on. You go into first person and graphics right here. You drag good dirt into graphics. Alright, so now our character has a nice little color to him. The reason for this is because we're gonna move the camera. Alright, so for X, 0. For Y, it's going to be 3, and for Z, it will be, what was it, 5? I mean, oh wait, sorry, -3, -4. Alright, so, -3, yeah, -3, and the rotation is going to be 40. Alright, so there we go. Bang. Alright, and the rotation is going to be 40. So there's our character. You move the mouse around and you can look around and stuff, and real nice and stuff. Alright, so you press the arrow keys and he walks around, as you can see. He's walking around, and when he falls off, no respawning. He just keeps on falling and falling and falling and falling and falling. And we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna show you how to do this. Alright, so minimize your standard assets and go to create folder. Ooh, no, wait, hold on. Make sure this standard assets is not highlighted, and create folder. So there we go. And we're gonna call this I have a folder already named scripts, so let's name it my scripts. Alright, so this is where all your scripts are gonna go that you wrote. Okay, go into highlight over my scripts, right, and go into create and JavaScript. Alright, now we're gonna rename this to respawn. Bang. Poof. Alright, and then double click on it, and then mono develop comes up, as you can see. Alright, so here's mono develop. This is what it comes up with, the function update. The function update updates a couple million times per second, so if you're doing something that needs to transform an object, you would type that script into the function update so that it would be able to update at the correct time. A function would only update once per frame, and once per frame is something like something per second. I don't even remember. It's something per second, and it updates it's not slow, but it's not fast enough, so you just want to do it in the function update. So anyway, let's get started. Type if, alright, if you have to use brackets when using an if statement, because the if statement requires that you answer, what it is that, if something happens, what it is you want to happen. So you would type if transform dot position dot y equals 1.1. No. If transform dot position equals less than, let's say 25. less than negative 25, sorry. Then, see, when you're writing a script, you want it to be nice and neat. So, when you put an if statement, I would press tab again after you press enter, and it'll move the little cursor over to the side over here, and now it'll start typing here. So that's very useful to keep it nice and clean. So transform dot position dot y equals 1.1 and then semicolon. Alright, so basically what this is saying so far is if it transforms below this position of 25 on the y-axis, then thus it will transform it will move it basically to the position on the y-axis 1.1. Alright, so let's take this right here, copy it, and paste. Alright, so this one's going to be .x, and this one's going to be .z. Alright, so equals 0, and then equals 0. Alright, there we go. Nice and clean. But let me see. Oh, I apologize. I forgot to tell you this. When you call a if statement, you want to make sure that you put this bracket right here, because this bracket's telling the if statement that when it's done executing the if, it will do this. So you want it nice and neat, remember? So here you go. Bang. Alright. This bracket's closing this statement, and then this bracket's closing the entire statement. Okay, so we keep that there, and then we go into our Unity and we attach respawn to first person controller and continue. Yeah, so here we go. Now when we play and we move around, say I fall off, look, I moved under 25 and it respawned me, and then bang, again respawn me. Okay, so that's for a if below, an if below. Now you don't have to attach this script to your character. You can make it so that you can attach it to another object, and you'll just name what you want to transform. So you will type a variable. Let's name him Joey, and that's going to be a transform. Sorry. Good. So now what we do is, before transform, here we type Joey, because now Joey's the one being transformed. Joey dot transform position. Alright, so this is good for it's very useful. You'll see why now, because I'm gonna show you. So now when you go into the inspector over here, it says respawn. What are we respawning? So if Joey just happens to fall off, Joey's gonna keep falling. Why? Because Joey was not named in the inspector over here. So here we go. Let's call him Joey, and we're gonna add Joey to the transform. Drag him right there, and now when Joey falls, you see Joey, he's falling, and he respawned. Okay. Now that Joey respawned nicely, let's make it easier so that you can respawn him in so you can edit these variables like 25 and 1. Let's make it nice and clean so that you can do this easy. Alright, so we're gonna name a couple variables here, and this variable is gonna be called if how long before respawn. Alright, so and that we're gonna put it to 0. Alright, and you're gonna copy this, and right here, negative and all, you type this, how long before respawn. Alright, where that was. Alright, and then we're gonna name 3 more variables, and we're gonna call this y-axis, variable x-axis. Do not put spaces between the y and x, the y's and x axis, and between the words when you're naming variables, because this will confuse the system and your script will come out with errors. So do not go like this and type axis, because it will confuse the script. Alright, so axis, and then equals 0. Same thing for all of them. Equals 0. 0. And then equals 0. Yeah, 0. Semicolon. Remember, always add a semicolon when you're stating a variable or stating a function or something like that. So this is good. This is good. Let's see how long I got. 17 minutes. Wow. This is gonna be hard. I'm gonna try to pack this in quickly because I want to show you guys something else. So now when you go into the inspector over here, it's going to say how long before respawn. So this is on the y-axis. So how long before we respawn is negative 25. Right? So there we go. Negative 25. Where on the y-axis are we respawning? To 1. We're respawning to 1. Well, we're going to put them to 2 because it won't accept my 1.1, 1.2. Nah, it won't accept it. I don't know why right now, but I can explain why it won't later, I guess. And then we'll just leave these at 0 for now, because this would usually be, you know, for 3D games if you want to respawn somewhere else. So the reason why I'd say leave it like this is because I'm going to show you something else that's really cool if you keep it like this. Alright? So here we go. John falls off after 25. Bang. He respawns back. Alright? So this is a very good script. Very, very, very good script. Now we're going to name no. Oh snap, I just closed it. Here we go. Sorry. So now we're gonna go, right, I have this other script and it's called a trigger. It's a trigger script. You use triggers to respawn. This is another way to respawn, and what we're just gonna do is change this function update into an on trigger enter. So there we go. On trigger enter. What is it on entering the trigger of collider, and it equals, it is a collider with a capital C. There. On trigger of enter, the collider is the trigger. So we're using this to determine what we're gonna do. So it's no longer if he falls down. All right. We're gonna type if again, and we're gonna type other dot is trigger. All right. And if it is the trigger, return. Ooh, sorry, return. I forgot how to type. Which means do absolutely nothing if it is the trigger. So you can just copy this. Oh, because I don't even remember. Open. Basically, it says. Basically, it says if the other dot game object, which has the tag that equals trigger tag, then the trigger tag equals a string, and the string will be named now, which is right here. Bang. All right. Public variable. Why public? Why did I pick public? You don't have to put public, but you want to make sure it pops up in the inspector, so you put public. Variable trigger tag, all right, is a string, and it is a string, and it equals player. So any string that I type in this script will equal player, whatever's here. All right. So if the other game object, I put collider, but it's other is the collider. All right. Usually you just put collider, but other is the collider. All right. Here we go. Public variable trigger tag is string blah 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 blah. Bang. Alright, so here we go. You can copy this. Make sure you're copying. Pause. Alright, keep copying. Alrighty then. Now that you copied, now when Joey falls, Joey is no longer going to, let's refresh this. Now when Joey falls, he's no longer going to respawn. Let me show you. So Joey's going to fall, and he's going to keep falling and falling and falling. Oh no, not again. So, yeah. Your trigger tag is player. You can edit it because remember I put it as a public variable, so it can be edited in the inspector. Alright, so the trigger tag is player. Now you add tags by going up here. When you click on a game object, it'll have a tag up here. It says tag, untagged. Here's the tag player. Alright, you can add a tag simply by clicking tag in tags, and where it says element, you add, we're gonna add Joey. We're gonna call him Joey. Alright, so now instead of that, we'll call him Joey, and here in the trigger tag, we'll name it Joey. Bang. Alright, so now when Joey enters any trigger, it will transform him. Alright, so what we're gonna do is remove this script from Joey. Alright, we'll remove the script from Joey, and how long before respawn goes away because we don't need it. You can keep that other script before I started adding other stuff to it. You can keep that other one, that's fine. I mean, but it's only useful to a certain extent. What I'm about to do now is a lot more useful. So you go to game object, create other, cube. Here's your cube. Right? Go to 0, 0. Go to 0 on the x-axis. On the y-axis, go -25. On the z-axis, go 0. Alright, so here we go. We're going to look for our little cube. Here it is. It's all the way down here. Alright, we're going to stretch this to 100. Oh no, we're going to stretch this to 25. 50. Stretch it 50. Stretch this to 1. Leave that at 1 and stretch this to 50. So here we go. Nice little big square. We got our little square and we got our big square. So what you do is you unclick Mesh Renderer. When you unclick Mesh Renderer, you can no longer select the box. See, I can't select it now. You can't select it anymore from there. So what you do here is click respawn. You click, respawn. And Joey's tag is Joey, okay? And you attach the respawn script to respawn. So here we go. What we want to transform is Joey. How long before respawning? Should be gone. I don't know why it's still there. How long before? Yeah, I took it out. Probably hasn't refreshed the hierarchy yet. There we go. It's gone. Where to respawn on the y-axis? We want him to respawn member at 2. And on the x-axis, 0, 0. And his tag. What's his tag? Joey. There we go. Got Joey. Alright, so his tag is Joey. So if Joey falls into this respawn, I forgot one more thing. To use the on trigger for the box collider, see the box colliders right here? See how it's a little box right here? And I click box collider and it lights up? Yeah, you want it to do that. So you make sure the check is on where it says is trigger, make sure there's a check. So if there's a check, that means it is a trigger. So that means now when I play and John falls, and Joey, and he falls into that trigger, bloop, bang. Alright, so let me show you how this works exactly. We'll put the mesh renderer back on and we're gonna make the thing look a little nice. He's falling into rocks. Alright, so I duplicate this. Alright, so here we go. Let me show you how this works. So John's here, right? He's falling off and he fell into the rocks. Alright, so as soon as it touches the rocks, he dies. Okay, now it's kind of boring because it's nice and quiet. You know what I'm saying? And let me see how much time I have left. Oh, I've been going on for 29 minutes. Wow, I talk a lot. Alright, so now we want to add sound so that we could hear something when he dies. Alright, this is really simple. You create another folder and you call this folder FX. Simple. Nice. FX. Now what you do here is before you add anything to the FX, I'm going to show you what you do here on the actual editor. So let's zoom back in, right? And we're going to add a game object, empty. Create game object and create go to game object and create empty. So what that does is it creates a game object and it's empty. It has absolutely nothing with it. See? Alright, so we're gonna call this dead sound. Alright, we call it dead sound, and what we do is we go to component, audio source. Bang. For the priority, leave it at 128. It really doesn't matter. Play on awake, uncheck that. So now this has become an audio source. So now we go back to respawn, remember our script, and we're gonna type some stuff again. Another variable, and this variable is called die sound. No, small die sound, and it is an audio source. Okay, so that means the variable die sound is an audio source. So now what we do is below where it says joey.transformPosition.z, you add the audio source, which is die sound, and then you put dot play. So that means it's gonna play die sound. And the little, you put, I don't know what you put in the brackets, but you don't have to put anything. Okay, so it says the audio source dot play. Okay, so bang, got that, save that, and it's good. So now when you go and click onto respawn, it's gonna say let me refresh. Go into respawn, it's gonna say over here there's an audio source. Yeah, and you click it, dead sound, bang. But when you click on dead sound here, it has nothing to play. See, no audio clip. There's no audio clip to play. Nothing's in here. Alright, so what do we do? Simple, very simple. See the FX folder? Alright, so now you go into wherever, you know, make your own sounds, get some sounds from somewhere. Here's my died. Alright, so my character died, I drag it into my FX, and bang, it's imported. Okay, it's imported. Here's my died sound. So now what I do, I go into audio clip over here, and click on died. So now, the dead sound is an audio source, dead sound, and died. Alright, so here we go. Now when John falls, it makes the sound. I hope you heard it. When he falls, this is what it does. Ready? Here we go. We're gonna do it again. He falls, makes a sound. See? Alright, so now you know when he falls, it makes the sound, and I will show the script one more time before I quit recording. Here's the script. Alright, this is the script, written by me. Alright, this script is written by me. I wrote this script, nobody else. Alright, don't forget, this is the script. Here you go. Yep. Alright, YouTube. That's it for today. Alright. So, I'll see you, YouTube, whenever, I guess. Alright. Just save your stuff, and that's it. 36 minutes in, and I am out. Alright. Any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the comments section or inbox me or something. Let me know. Don't forget to favorite and all that good stuff, juicy stuff, you know. Alright, see you guys. Enjoy the script.